The perfect grill glove would be able to handle any amount of heat that a grill would put out, have the dexterity of a pair of nitrile exam gloves, be able to go through the washer and dryer to clean, and I think we all know that those gloves don't exist. There are limits to what any grill glove can do. When they excel at fighting the heat, they lose dexterity as a trade-off. Easy to clean often means slippery exteriors and things get dropped. The majority of us who live behind the grill have settled on a specific kind of grill glove, but are they the best? Today we're rounding them all up and putting them to the test to figure out if one type is better than the others to do the actual tasks of barbecue, like move hot grill grates, transfer hot foods, and even handle lit charcoal. I'm David Gafford, and here at the BBQ Lab, Melissa and I test the gear you need to make sure you buy the best and forget the rest. We've been testing these gloves for months of real-world experience, so let's start with the types and styles of gloves we'll be testing. A lot of backyard cooks tend to gravitate towards these aramid style barbecue gloves, and for good reason. They're heat resistant in the 900 to 1400 degrees Fahrenheit range, which is great for holding hot metal or even lit charcoal. There's also the leather suede gloves that get quite a bit of use, and they're usually longer than the aramid type to cover more arm when reaching into an offset firebox. There's the rubber kind that aren't as great at handling lit charcoal, but you can just grab slabs of meat and wash this type off in the sink afterwards. Also, the silicone style is coming on lately, kind of a waterproof oven mitt moving over into the outdoor cooking space. I'd also be remiss not to mention the classic cotton glove liner and nitrile glove overlay that I learned about from Malcolm Reed over at How to Barbecue Right many years ago. We go through several boxes of nitrile gloves every year here at the lab, and while they're not for every application, they're a staple around here for a lot of what we do. There are also newcomers to the grill glove market, like the Pitmaster gloves from Susie over at Hey Grill Hey that are making waves. We're going to torture test them all and name a winner as the best grill gloves of 2026. We purchased all of these gloves except the Brio, which clearly have been used a lot over the past couple of years. This selection of gloves are best sellers on Amazon, but none of the manufacturers have been notified that they're even included in this video, and we aren't being paid by anyone to make it. What follows is our honest experience testing these, and our thoughts are our own. If you find this video helpful, the way that you can help us continue to create videos like this is to use the links below whenever you're shopping, and we'll earn a small commission. That's how we get paid, and we can keep making more comparison content so you can skip buyer's remorse and only get the proven winners. Let's start with one of the biggest challenges we all face in grilling gloves, and that's sizing. The thing is, most grill gloves are marketed as one size fits all, and to translate that in reality speak means one size barely fits anybody very well. There are a few that come in multiple sizes, but my hands and Melissa's hands are very differently sized, and we both grill every day. So we tried on each pair of gloves to show you how well each fit on both men's and women's hands. First are the cotton glove liners with nitrile gloves layered on top. The cotton gloves are one size fits all, and the nitrile gloves are XL. They're a little tight getting the nitrile gloves on me, but Melissa has no problem. Both of us are able to get our hands all the way to the ends of the gloves, and they are a fit for both of us. The silicone gloves, on the other hand, get it? Glove humor, on the other hand, are huge on Melissa's hands, and there's all kinds of room she can't use in the fingers. They fit me fine, but there's still extra room in the fingers for me, so still a little big for both of us. The PVC barbecue gloves are very big for Melissa's hands, but they work. They fit me better, but there's still extra room in the fingers, so they're not snug, which affects control, but more on that later. The suede gloves fit both of us, but they are very large for Melissa and even a bit large for me. The Hey Grill Hey Pitmaster gloves are a size medium, And yes, you need to buy a size that fits. There's a guide on their website and on Amazon to help you, but based on the Amazon reviews, we decided to size up and just got the medium instead of a small. Turns out she probably could have done just fine with a small since these had a little extra room. Based on the sizing chart and Melissa's experience, it looks like I'll be ordering myself a large next. The aramid weave gloves are very large for Melissa with a bunch of extra finger room, but they're almost a perfect fit for me. In just a second, I'm going to show you if these gloves hold up holding a lit piece of charcoal and see if they pass a dexterity test stacking washers. But first, I want to pass a question off to you. If you could design the perfect pair of grilling gloves, what's the number one thing that you'd have them to be able to do? The rest of the things, be darned. What's your number one thing? Let me know down in the comments, and let's keep the conversation going. When I'm grilling or smoking meat, I don't always need my gloves on for all of it, so easy on and easy off is a plus. We were slowed down on just 2 pair, and shocker, they're the best fitting in the Pitmaster gloves and the cotton glove liners with nitriles. If you have an extra 5 seconds to get them off, that's about all the difference we saw in the group. By the way, if you're getting value out of this video, hit the like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. To test the dexterity and control that we had with these gloves, I set up a series of tests, and the first was the lighter test. This is the lighter I use around the lab, and there's a tiny toggle switch on the side to allow the larger switch to ignite the lighter. We tested both switches with each pair of gloves, and we didn't have any problem with the cotton liners, Pitmaster gloves, aramid style, or the PVC gloves. The silicone gave us the hardest time simply because there's so much extra room in the fingers to have much control. The suede gloves were less difficult than the silicone, but still weren't as easy as the others. Next, we grabbed a bottle of our Pork Protocol barbecue rub and tried to open it with each style of glove. All of them were able to open the shaker lid, but it was the hardest to grab and shake the bottle with the silicone gloves. And shameless plug, we have 4 barbecue rub blends that we sell out of our shop here in Indiana, and you can get them on our website. It's a delicious way to support us making more testing videos in the future. Next, since Uno is here with us most days at the lab, we knew that we needed a test he could be a part of, so we grabbed some tongs and a few dog treats to see if we could control the tongs well enough to be able to flip them over like they were a chicken leg on the grill. Each pair of gloves had no difficulty with this test, but it was admittedly the easiest on the cotton glove liners and the Pitmaster gloves. In the end, Uno got his well-deserved rewards. I wanted to come up with a test that was almost impossible for these gloves, so meet the washer test. These are 4 small washers laid flat on our booze block table, and I wanted to see if we could pick them up and stack them while wearing a pair of gloves. As you might expect, the suede gloves didn't have a chance. The silicone gloves also said, "No way, Jose." The aramid couldn't get a single washer picked up, with the same results on the PVC style glove. The Pitmaster gloves weren't able to pick up a washer, but they were able to get some stacking done, so the best of the bunch so far, but the true winner of the washer test is the cotton glove liners, which were able to pick up and stack the washers with ease. One part of grilling and barbecue that I always wear gloves for is preparing and cutting foods, and I wanted to test each pair of gloves doing the prep work, but honestly, none of them are perfect for the job. But there is a glove that I turn to for prep. They're called no-cut gloves, and I put this on underneath a nitrile glove whenever I'm trimming, cutting, or chopping. I'm not a professional chef, and I have the knife skills to prove it. And this thing has saved my digits more times than I can count, so it's worth a mention. We lit up the Huntsman grill from Spider Grills and set it to get our charcoal fire up to 500 degrees. This is the top end that most of our gloves are rated for, and we wanted to see if we could move hot grill grates with our competitors. The suede had 0 problems, and we couldn't feel any heat on our hands. The same with the aramid fiber gloves, no heat felt while holding 500-degree grates. The PVC gloves didn't feel any heat either, but it was admittedly difficult to pick up the grates because of the extra material, but for the heat protection, they were on point. The silicone gloves were able to pass the test, but were bulky and awkward, and we felt some heat towards the end. The Pitmaster gloves weren't fazed by the grill heat, but we did feel some warmth coming through. Nothing that kept us from finishing the job though. The pair that failed the hot grate test was the cotton glove liners. We got halfway through the move and they were just too hot to handle, and we can't recommend them for this task. While the charcoal was hot, I know that when I'm cooking on one of my offset smokers, I have charcoal fall out of the firebox from time to time that I need to get back in the pit. So I picked up a lit briquette with our gloves, and Suede handled this test with flying colors. No heat felt and no damage to the gloves. The PVC fared the same without any heat or damage, which honestly surprised me. The aramid style passed with flying colors as well, and no heat or damage in our 10-second test. The Pitmaster gloves, silicone gloves, and the cotton glove liners aren't rated for this kind of heat, and we can't recommend them for this application. But if I was going to grab a pair to pick up lit charcoal, I'd go for the aramid or the suede style every time. Now, when we talk about cleaning up the gloves, there's a couple of ways to clean them, so let's categorize them by cleaning method. My favorite are gloves you can just soap up and clean in the kitchen sink, and the cotton glove liners, PVC gloves, silicone gloves, and the Pitmaster gloves all pass that test. The aramid gloves say hand washable, but you definitely couldn't use them until they had fully dried, which is going to be a considerable amount of time. My second favorite way is to use the washing machine, and the aramid gloves and the cotton glove liners both can be thrown in the wash when it's time to clean up at the end of the day. The most difficult to clean by far are the suede gloves, which can really only be spot cleaned. Once you get them dirty, they're hard to bring back in our experience. It's time to tabulate the results and name a winner for the best barbecue gloves of 2026, but these results are very difficult to tabulate unless you determine what kind of result you're after. So allow me to break down the results based on use cases, which I think is the most fair way to do it. If I needed gloves to work with raw foods, I'd rank them like this: cotton liners, Pitmaster, PVC, and then silicone. If I were ranking them for their ability to pick up a lit piece of charcoal or a split of wood that was on fire, I'd rank them like this: suede, aramid, PVC, silicone, and maybe Pitmaster. Here's how I'd go if I were grilling kebabs and wanted to turn things with my hands instead of using tongs: Pitmaster, cotton liners, PVC, aramid, suede, then silicone. If I wanted dexterity and control with a decent amount of heat protection, I'd reach for the cotton liners first and the Pitmaster gloves second. If I was moving a brisket or a pork butt around on the grill before wrapping or even after wrapping in foil or butcher paper, I'd go Pitmaster, cotton liners, PVC, then silicone. If I wanted the easiest cleanup between segments of a barbecue cook, I'd order them like this: Pitmaster, PVC, cotton liners, then silicone. Now I realize that all of this is very non-committal and doesn't pick a true winner, and I could be fine with that, but I've read the comments. And you, the people, want a winner, so I'm gonna give you one. If I could only pick one pair of gloves out of this whole roundup to have at my side for 90% of what I do in barbecue and grilling, the choice comes down to the cotton glove liners with the nitrile solution on top, or the Pitmaster gloves from Hey Grill Hey. Now, I won't be picking up a lot of lit logs on the offset with either solution, but that's what I have these suede gloves for that honestly don't do very well in most other applications. Until this test, I reached for the glove liners and nitriles and threw away box after box of used nitriles between portions of my cooks. However, moving forward, I'm going to switch to the Pitmaster gloves as my primaries just as soon as I can get a pair ordered and here at the lab ready to put in some work. Now remember, you can support our channel by using the links down in the description or by scanning the QR codes here on the screen if you're going to do some glove shopping. That's what allows us to earn some money to offset the cost of making these videos, and it keeps us going, making more comparison content just like this. I'm David. Our lovely hand model is Melissa. This is the BBQ Lab, and we want to thank you for watching. Lots more great comparison content coming, and we can't wait to see you on the next one.